Welcome to Royal Exclusive News. Today's top story, King Charles's tax bill is once again making headlines. In this video, we examine the latest reports, explain what's behind the discussion, and explore why it has become a major topic of public interest.
I think it's a step in the right direction, and to be fair to Charles, he's been looking at this for a very long time. When he was Prince of Wales, he was the first heir to the throne to publish his tax return. So this hasn't been, his hand has not been forced. He's a very smart man, and he has tried to gradually modernise the monarchy since he took to the throne, and that will continue under William. It's a clever thing to do, and the British monarchy has been very successful always throughout its history of trying to be more transparent, having a good relationship with the public upon whose largesse they rely. Let's not forget the Queen Mother, those amazing images during the Blitz. They get it. And I think, was it the Queen Mother that in the 80s said to Diana when they were touring some city centre, we're paying the rent. This is what we do. So they're very pragmatic. I think they're savvy. They are PR conscious. I think it is the right thing to do. By the way, it's no mean feat because the tax affairs of the King and the Prince of Wales are Byzantine and complex. There are so many income streams. And so it's actually quite difficult to reveal how much tax you pay. But it's got to be done for the future credibility of the monarchy. What I will say, there's a lot of negative headlines about how much money they make, how rich they are. Get over it. It's the royal family.
Shock horror. Royal family are rich.
And also this rich stuff. I mean, so many of the assets, they're not going to start selling crowns on eBay. And Charles isn't like, going to rival Andrew Tate for the number of Lambos he's got in the garage. So they are actually, notwithstanding their prodigious wealth, I think they're quite parsimonious as a family. I think the Queen struck that tone.
Well, do you remember I worked with a colleague actually, Ryan, he worked at a paper about 15 years ago and he got a job as a footman. And the late Queen was having a breakfast she had to have food out of Tupperware and she had leftovers and they lived quite a Spartan.
Yeah, the Roberts radio and the Tupperware. And we know Charles is notorious for recycling his clothes to the point where Grant Harold was telling me that he's got one particular favourite tweed jacket and it goes to the dry cleaners for repairs about twice a year.
I believe that.
And Grant was back because Grant now is on Civvy Street. He's a member of the public. He's a normal person.
Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to Royal Exclusive News. Your support helps us bring you the latest royal news and exclusive updates.
And he still uses the same dry cleaners. And
he has a jacket that you see, a picture of him at Highgrove a couple of years ago that he has literally had for 20 years. It's kind of threadbare and there was a picture of him walking around in his garden. He's had it for decades. But that's why rich people stay rich. Because
of course it is.
And I was going to say, also just quickly before we move on, that was such a good point, though, that the King has led the way as the Prince of Wales with this in the past, with his tax. And what I did find interesting this time around as well is that Prince William actually is the one that wasn't revealing it in the past, and now he is. So again, at this moment, and particularly in this context, it's interesting that they are both in step in driving this new era.
For the record, Prince William's Duchy of Cornwall paid £7.76 million in income tax and capital gains tax. So that's top earner as well. They're not hiding from it. It's a difficult issue and they're not hiding from it. I asked you about your tax because I don't want to, most people don't want to go revealing their tax or even how much they earn. I just think it's quite a brave move.
Yeah.
But sticking with money, are they worth the money that we give them? Because the core funding of the monarchy is to jump to almost £100 million a year. I found it really interesting that it was 9.96. It's almost like when you go to a shop and something's £9.99. You think, it's not really a tenner. It's only 9.9, but it's almost...
Does that happen when you put your receipts into the boss here at
this interview is over.
Exclusive.
£100 million a year. So there's a new formula to calculate the sovereign grant, which is a very archaic, complicated system that was set up by the Tory, redesigned by the Tory government about 15, 20 years ago, where they get a certain percentage of the Crown Estate's profits. Obviously, the Crown Estate goes up and up and up. The money never comes down, so the monarchy never get less than last year. It can only go up, and it does face a lot of opposition. Are they worth the money?
That's a great question, Matt. And as you say, that sum has been set, and it is set, and we're told about it, and now it's in place for 5.
What are your thoughts on the latest discussions surrounding King Charles' tax bill? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this update, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest royal news.